Hello, I'm Mr. Mendoza. I will be going over the Chapter 7.3 assignment answers here, and I will be referring to these rules. So I will go away as I present, but again, I'll explain, and if you have any questions, just feel free to go ahead and pause the video. It won't be more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and start. As I go through these, I'm going to refer to these rules. If this rule applies to a figure, a quadrilateral, then we can prove that it is a parallelogram, meaning the opposite sides are parallel and equal in measure. So let's go ahead and start with number one. Number one, we're going to do rule number 3. It says show that both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Okay? Opposite pairs, opposite angles are congruent, meaning they're equal to each other. So what we do is we take value of angle T and angle V, and we set them equal to each other. This is a statement. Okay, we're saying that this is a true statement. And in order for that to be true, we say, hey, 70 equals 70, and it follows rule 3, and so we answer it with, guess what? The answer is D, 70 degrees. So yes, V equals 70 degrees. Number 2, this was not on the list, but it was in the notes. It says that consecutive angles are supplementary, which means consecutive angles equal 180 degrees. So we look at if M and P are consecutive, they equal 180 degrees. If angle P and A are consecutive, they equal 180. Again, down here, D and E are consecutive angles, and we say that they must equal 180 degrees. But we're trying to solve for X. That's the goal. So we plug in the value of D and the value of E in terms of angle measures, and then we gotta solve for X. We subtract both sides by 85, and we get 95x equals 95. We want to divide both sides by 95 because we want to isolate x, and we get x equals 1. So we found the value of x. So the answer is A, but to go ahead and prove this, we plug it back to the original equation, and we find that it is a true statement that 85 plus 95 does indeed equal 180. So the answer is there. Number 3, again, similar problem. We have angle Z and angle X are opposite, and we want to prove that it's a parallelogram, so we set them equal to each other. So we set 100 equal to 99x plus 1. Again, the idea is to solve for x. We subtract both sides by 1, and then we divide both sides by 99, and we get a value of 1. So again, the answer would be D here. To make sure this is right, we go ahead and we plug the x value into the expression, the equation, and we get a true statement that 100 equals 100, so therefore the figure is a parallelogram. Now we're going to go to number 4. We're going to apply rule number 4. This means that show that one pair of opposite sides are congruent and parallel. So this means, according to the figure over here, opposite sides must be congruent and parallel. So we look down here, that means that the value of VW, segment VW, has to equal the value of XU. And so we just say, hey, guess what? XU equals segment. And we just plug in the numerical values. And therefore we can say opposite sides are congruent and parallel, therefore the figure is a parallelogram. Number 4, same thing, but we have expression over here, 2x minus 2. Same thing, we're going to set equal the segments because we're going to try to apply rule number 4. We try to solve for x. We add both sides by 2, so we get 2x equals 24. We divide by 2, and we get x equals 12. So the answer is D, 12. Again, we want to make sure we plug in the x value to the original equation, and we get that, hey, guess what? 22 does equal 22. So we can say, guess what? Opposite sides are congruent and parallel, and that's how we do that. These are the answers. Again, I am using, one more. This is the last one. I almost forgot. I'm going to kind of rush here. Same principle, though. ST equals RU in terms of segments. We set the segments equal to each other. We want to solve for x. Again, we get x equals 12, so the answer would be A. And I want to make sure, so I plug in my x value, and I say that 3 plus 12 is 15. 15 equals 15. And so we can say, hey, opposite sides are congruent and parallel. And again, I'm using these rules here and the notes that were assigned to you to prove that these figures, these quadrilaterals, are parallelograms. That is it for me. I hope that was helpful. Feel free to watch the video again. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, please post them in the stream tab of Google Classroom. And again, have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. 2 months strong.